What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. Doing another Murders at Karlov Manor draft today. Same as it ever was, just climbing that ladder, ranking on up, trying to get to Diamond before the start of the new season in April. So let's hop into the queue, see what kind of packs we get passed our way. Okay. Open the pack. We have an Outrageous Robbery as one of our two rares. It's an X spell. Instant speed, X black black. Target opponent exiles the top X cards of their library face down. You may look at and play those cards for as long as they remain exiled. If you cast a spell this way, you may spend mana as though it were mana of any type to cast it. Nice little control finisher. Generally, if you play this for, X equals 4, something like that, pretty much game over. You're in a really great position. Not essentially game over, but really great position. I've been playing with a bunch of red and white, so I think I'm going to take the Outrageous Robbery over Lightning Helix and Inside Source here. Extract a Confession in the pack. Cold Case Cracker. But yeah, I'm going to grab Outrageous Robbery just to kind of diversify the types of deck that I'm playing, especially on camera here. We follow that up, and maybe we should have just grabbed the Inside Source. There's Novice Inspector in the pack. Not really looking to play Officious Interrogation. There's a Case of the Filched Falcon, Aftermath Analyst, Escape Tunnel, Gadget Technician. Novice Inspector is the best card in the pack. Aftermath Analyst is potentially a better follow-up if we want to go like green-black. I might go Analyst. Novice Inspector is the best card in the pack, but I think I might go Analyst here in case there's an opportunity to build like an Insidious Roots deck. That would be pretty fun. I think I've only really like tried to build that deck once, and it didn't really come together super well. It was fine. So I think to follow that up, I think we'll go Nervous Gardener. Cease is a good way to potentially trigger Insidious Roots. They went this way, Bite Down on Crime. Bite Down on Crime would probably be my backup pick here behind Nervous Gardener, but in the event that we do want to do any kind of splashing, it'll be good to have a Nervous Gardener around, so we'll go for that. Okay, so we have a Murder, Hedge Whisperer, Vengeful Creeper, Undercover Crocodile. It's probably between Hedge Whisperer and Murder. Hedge Whisperer is an uncommon, but I would like to start picking up some removal, so I'll go ahead and grab the Murder here. It's not the best black removal spell, but it's definitely fine. And I'm not like super high on the Hedge Whisperer, so we'll just go with that. Okay, so we got some good stuff here. Flotsam Jetsam. Mill 3 cards, Investigate. Jetsam, each opponent mills 3 cards, then you may cast a spell from each opponent's graveyard without paying its mana cost. It's a really nice finisher. Extract a Confession. Rubble Belt Maverick. All kind of where we want to be. Also Projector Inspector in the pack, which is nice. I think we'll go Extract here. But Flotsam, Projector Inspector, Maverick, all decent picks for that deck, this deck. Here, I think we might just go Vengeful Creeper. There's also a Case of the Shattered Pact. for fixing if we do want to go multicolor. But yeah, I think at the moment I'm fine with Creeper for this pick. So there's a chalk outline. Assemble the combo. There's also Fanatical Strength. Combine Chrysalis, if we pick up Insidious Roots, Combine Chrysalis would be pretty awesome with that. Give our little plant tokens flying. But whenever we collect evidence with Chalk Outline, we get to create a 2/2 and investigate. And there's a little combo with the Demir uncommon. I forget the name of it, but it's a 3/1 flyer. When you sack a clue, you can bring that creature back to your hand. So it's a little bit of a loop there with Chalk Outline. Creating an additional 2/2, investigating, and so like whenever that 3/1 dies, you just get to do it over and over and over again. We will go Undercover Crocodile here. We'll keep an eye out for the 3/1 flyer that I was talking about, as well as just like other fixing opportunities, splash opportunities for blue. Pick up a second Vengeful Creeper. I don't know that we want a third Vengeful Creeper. I don't know that we'll play Mortipede. We could, if we're doing, evidence collection, graveyard stuff. So we'll just grab our first Rot Farm. Okay, so we'll grab Cease here. That's not bad. We can exile cards in our own graveyard, creatures from our own graveyard, like just stuff we don't need. Topiary Panther is going to be awesome to get some evidence into the graveyard. So this is a pack where, unfortunately, the white cards are just like far and away stronger, but we've chosen our lane and we're going to stick to it. So I'm just going to grab and extract a Confession here. Vitu-Ghazi Inspector, we also want to keep an eye out for that. Yeah, we'll grab that second extract. Okay, so we got some good stuff here. Killer Among Us, Bite Down on Crime, Loxodon Eavesdropper. Let's see, what is our creature count currently? 6, 7. I do like Loxodon Eavesdropper a lot. I really want to Bite Down on Crime, but I think it makes a little more sense to have big creatures and then go after Bite Down on Crime. Sample Collector is a good, reliable, consistent way to collect evidence. Corral Whipcracker, Rebel Belt Maverick. We'll just go Signpost here. Although I do really like that Sample Collector. We'll want to pick up a Maverick or two as well. There we go. There's our Bite Down on Crime. Oh, but we also have a Slice from the Shadows, as well as Macabre Reconstruction. What do we want to do here? I think I'll go Slice. It is instant speed and it scales. It also gets around Ward for disguised creatures. We have 2 collect evidence spells as far as removal goes already. I still would like a bite down on crime though, don't get me wrong. Presumed Dead could be good. Toxin Analysis could be good. Gravestone Strider could also be good. I think we'll go Strider. That'll help us splash any blue that we pick up. Remember, we're still looking for that 3/1 flyer in blue-black. There we go. Assassin's Trophy is a nice pickup here. Sanitation Automatons, Crocodile. But yeah, we'll just go Trophy. V2 Ghazi Inspector, I think, is the move here. Probably the best 2-drop for green-black. Yeah, so we'll snag that. Another murder, another slice. Probably go second slice. May actually cut our murder in favor of the 2 slices. So we'll go there. What do we, don't we already have a Vengeful Creeper in the sideboard? No. I guess I'll sideboard the 3rd Vengeful Creeper. There we go, so we got a bite down. We are 10 and 10, but I do want bite down over, It is nice trading off disguised creatures that have high mana cost. There we go. So we'll just get the Basilica Stalker now. And awesome. Macabre Construction. That'll trigger Chalk Outline. You know, we'll get creatures back from our graveyard. So really just looking for Insidious Roots, Cryptic Coat. Cryptic Coat is really good. I think that's a reason to... Or I guess we're already in a fine position to splash. But that's a really good one. Buried in the Garden would also be splashable. Escape Tunnel and Public Thoroughfare here in the pack for fixing. Killer Among Us. Kind of inclined to grab the Cryptic Coat here. Let's take another look. Ooh, this is a really good pack. Wow. Okay, so we get a list card. Tireless Tracker. Whenever land enters the battlefield under your control, investigate. Whenever you sacrifice a clue, put a +1/+1 counter on Tireless Tracker. Slimy Dual Leech is also quite good. 3rd Extracted Confession, I don't think we need that. There's a Topiary Panther. I would like to get a Topiary Panther, but... so you see these special guests. I guess this is... yeah, special guest and not the list per se, but Tireless Tracker. You don't see those too often, and this that fits into our deck really well. So awesome, and we also get a Topiary Panther. Soul Innervation is the deck for it. However, I would just prefer to go with the Topiary, our first Topiary Panther here, so we can, have another way to grab a blue source. So we'll grab that. Insidious Roots, there it is. We were waiting for it. We got it. Killer Among Us, Extracted Confession, Escape Tunnel. Insidious Roots, though. So would love to pick up a Rubble Belt Maverick. Get a Leg Up is very good. Another Nervous Gardener, Extracted Confession. I might go second Gardener here over Get a Leg Up. I think we already have a bunch of really good removal, so we don't necessarily need combat tricks. Not to say it's not not good, but I think Nervous Gardener is there we go. There it is. Curious Cadaver. That's what it's called. When you sack a clue, return Curious Cadaver from your graveyard to your hand. Doing so with the chalk outline out would create a 2/2 and investigate. So you can just go over and over and over. So we'll grab that. Third Nervous Gardener. Out cold, Alley Assailant. I think we'll just grab Nervous Gardener. Another Whip Cracker. Unscrupulous Agent. Fairy Snoop. I think we'll go Whip Cracker here. This deck is looking great. We have all the pieces. Could go Buried in the Garden. Pick your poison. Killer Among Us. I think I'll go Buried. We have all the fixing for it. If we get a late Public Thoroughfare or Escape Tunnel, that's great, but we already have, you know. Now we have 2 Topiary Panthers. That's perfect. That's actually exactly what we need. I'm probably going to grab the Toxin Analysis here. Looks like we don't really need any more creatures, and Rakish Scoundrel is not that great. So we'll grab the Toxin Analysis. Another Topiary Panther. Do we want to do that, or do we want to do Bubble Smugs? I think Topiary Panther. I mean, it's great evidence collection fodder. You know, just 2 mana, toss it in the graveyard, go get a land. So, yeah, we made out like bandits with that draft. I mean, that is, we got all the pieces, parts to this deck that you might want. Yeah, so it's going to be, we're at 52 cards in the deck, so it's going to be a little bit of a chore to narrow this down. Let's just get kind of everything in the right place. I think we can go down on one of those. Let's see, over here. We didn't get any Rebel Belt Mavericks, but that's okay. Probably cut the Murder, double black, cut the Airtight Alibi. Probably cut Mortipede. There's a lot of cost reduction with these cards. So you just have to kind of keep that in mind. Let's go there. We can maybe end up cutting a Nervous Gardener. We have 2 Panthers, 2 Gardeners. Strider for fixing as well. No lands, no dual lands, no escape tunnels, but we can find there. Okay, so let's actually, I'm just going to isolate our removal real quick. Because we do have plenty of it. I've already cut the 1 Murder, just because it's a little, casting wise, it can be a little intensive if we're going to be splashing here to go double black. And then I guess Buried in the Garden. I mean, we could probably stand to go down a creeper. Probably don't need the Toxin Analysis. We have plenty of removal. Really don't even have to run the Buried in the Garden, I don't think. think we can do, so we have Coat, and we have Curious Cadaver, really, that we're going to be hard casting with blue. So I think we can just go down to 2 blue sources, and then probably up a green. So we still need to make 5 cuts. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces of removal. Let's see. What'd I say? Cut a creeper? Yeah, let's cut a creeper. So that way we still have, you know, three expensive disguised creatures that we can, you know, trade off early game, get some stuff in the yard. You know, we're also going to be land cycling the Panthers, get those in the graveyard. Yeah, I mean this deck is just going to be value town. If we can make it through, you know, aggro decks, the first, you know, couple waves of assault of the Boros aggro decks, and, you know, the blue-white tempo decks, will be in a really good place. Might cut Cease and Desist. I think we have a bunch of other ways that we can, you know, get creatures leaving the graveyard. We have, you know, the Curious Cadaver Chalk Outline loop. We have Gravestone Strider. If it dies, you can exile it from your graveyard, exile a target card from a graveyard. You can get double triggers if you exile your Gravestone Strider to exile one of your own creatures from your graveyard. You're going to get 2 triggers on Insidious Roots. No, just one. Whenever 1 or more creature cards. Let's see how Chalk Outline reads. Yeah, it's the same thing. Whenever 1 or more. So not quite going to get a double trigger there, but that would be pretty busted if so. Macabre Reconstruction. Yeah, so let's cut the Cease and Desist. So we're down to 4340. We might be able to come down 1 slice. Although we have, you know, 3 sorcery spells removal. Could come down maybe a Whipcracker. It's kind of also removal, right? Code is a nice way to potentially fuel evidence collection. You know, just rip some non-creatures off the top, trade off with them as disguised creatures, collect that evidence later. Let's go down 1 slice. This is tough. These cards just look too freaking good. Maybe go down to Whipcracker. I mean, maybe we just run 41 cards. We have, you know, the 2 Niver's Gardeners, 2 Topiary Panthers, getting us lands. I think we stick to 17 lands, though. Otherwise, I would probably cut the Coat. I don't know. Seems pretty good, though. Yeah, let's cut Coat. I think let's cut Coat and just kind of streamline it to green-black with the 1 splash for Curious Cadaver. I'm fine with that. I mean, Cryptic Code is a really, really great card in Limited, but that does streamline things a little bit more. So, yeah, cool. Let's run it. This is a pretty solid Insidious Roots deck. We'll see if it can hold its own. And let's play some games. Let's see what we draw. Hope we don't play an aggro deck. Oh, probably gonna play an aggro deck. Let's go. Let's just go ahead and Inspector. Okay. We will extract the Confession, hang on to our Slice in case we need to use it on a bigger creature. So we could Macabre Reconstruction for our V2 Ghazi Inspector. Let's see what we draw here. So far we've drawn a bunch of land, so I'd like to think, yeah, there we go. I'd like to think we get a spell. Yeah, this is good. Because we'll mill a little bit, and then we can potentially get some creatures back. An additional creature. So let's go. Inspector and Stalker. And we'll still go. Okay. So there's our blue. Play that. Let's... Yeah, I think we want to go ahead and disguise. Unless opponent has a counter, okay. And then we will collect evidence with the Inspector. Go 6. I think we can put the counter on the Stalker. Gain some life. Opponent probably knows that, you know, that's what we played. They know we got that back from the graveyard, so. So we can get a big, outrageous robbery next turn. But I guess the turn after that, because we're probably going to want to flip up our Stalker. 5 mana. We'll take 4. Okay. So Gear Drake's gonna get pretty big here. Interesting. Okay. So they would have had to have sacrificed that anyway, so they could have potentially gotten a second trigger there. But let's go. I think we may want to attack with the Basilica Stalker, flip it, so that when it deals combat damage, we gain a life and we surveil. I think that's a little too slow for us, and we don't have any creatures in the graveyard. So I'm unfortunately going to bin that. And we'll say go. So we could potentially X equals 6 next turn. I would maybe go X equals 4 and hold up 2 mana for like a Galvanize or something. Get rid of their Harry Jonesmith. So opponent's deck is humming. It's working really well. Yeah, I don't think we are going to be able to stabilize and overcome on this one. I'm just going to chump here. If we don't find an answer to one of these big flyers, we are dead next turn. So okay, so that helps. That helps, that helps. Yep. And we'll say go. I don't know if we outrageous robbery here, an opponent has the blue-red board wipe. That would be pretty crazy. Probably not going to happen, but 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, let's go. I think we're pretty dead, right? 8, 10, yeah, 9, yeah. Let's just rip. See what we get, just out of curiosity. Okay. Awesome. We'll keep. Okay. Let's go Crocodile. We'll trade off with their disguise creature. Get something in the graveyard. Sure. Good there. I think we are good to continue just setting up here. Opponent only has 2 damage on board, so we'll play out our other enchantment. That way next turn, if they play something big, we can extract a confession, collect the evidence, get triggers on both enchantments. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Trigger, trigger. We'll hold up Assassin's Trophy. We can also... Nice. We can also Topiary Panther on opponent's end step, which is likely what we'll do, so we can get an island. And then we can go Tireless Tracker next turn, into land, you know, create a clue token. Sure. Okay. So we'll go to blocks. We will block the Mask Maker. Opponent will deal 3. We'll see what they play. They solve their case. Let's go ahead and Topiary Panther for our island. Mana is a little awkward here because we have 2 green-black spells in our hand. Well, I guess we do have the token here to tap for mana as well. So let's go here. Land, create another clue. And let's go ahead... Probably play the Whip Cracker. We'll destroy their Thopter token. Say go. Next turn we can start sacking clues. So they got a Chases On, a land, and another Mask Maker. Yeah. So that's 6 damage. Yeah, 6 damage total, if not more. Guess we could stand to... I'm probably fine with losing Whipcracker if they want to spend 3 mana to use that this turn. We'll get some, you know, evidence in the yard. We only take 1 from the Mask Maker. Opponent sacks a clue. Okay, so we're in a pretty good place here. We're in a pretty good place. Let's start by sacking a clue. Okay. We can go to combat, swing with our tracker. Let's tap the blue, play our Strider, and we can hold up Assassin's Trophy. Killer Among Us. That would actually be a good Assassin's Trophy target. Or we could just save the Assassin's Trophy and just kill whichever creature they pump with it. Nice. Okay, so what do we have? We have a Whipcracker and a Panther in the yard. I wish we would have drawn a land there. Let's go Panther, make our land drop here. Get a clue. So I feel pretty good about attacking with the tracker. Seeing if they chump. No? And then do we put another body out? Yeah, I think we put another body out as opposed to the reconstruction, because we'll also, you know, mill a couple cards and get a better look at if there are any other creatures we want to potentially bring back from the yard. But I would like to bring back at least 1 Panther. Okay, awesome. Cool. So we can bring back the Eavesdropper and a Panther, probably. So let's block all of their tokens, and then we can Assassin's Trophy whichever one they activate and give the Death Touch and the counters to. So let's go, it doesn't really matter. Just kind of force their hand here. Merman? I'm actually okay with that because it's going to kill our Strider, and then we can activate Strider at end step with our 2 mana if they don't play, you know, a better creature. So we can get our triggers off of Insidious Roots and Chalk Outline, and we can exile, you know, Radical from their graveyard. So let's see what else they do here. They're holding priority. Fanatical Strength. To get 2 damage through? I think I'm good to just sacrifice a clue here. Unless they now play some other removal spell in response or something. That's fine. They have another combat trick. They swung out for that, so I hope it was worth it. Alright, let's go. Lando. Let's maybe go... It's 4 mana. Go to combat, swing with our 6/5. And let's see. Yeah, I think we can just pass here. We have 3 blockers, we have a removal spell, we have the capability to draw some cards, so I think we're good. Okay, let's go here and here. We will sacrifice a clue. And go to our turn. Play another forest. Let's go to attacks. So we've got lethal. It's not going to do it. Let's see if they've got something else. They have a shock. If they shock or galvanize, we can sack our clues to put counters on tracker. So, yeah, which is exactly what we'll do. No, it'll deal 5, actually. Yeah, it'll deal 5. Because they've drawn. So, let's actually let that resolve. That's fine. We can get it back with Macabre Reconstruction. Okay, an opponent's got something else. I would assume they have a shock. All right, let's go reconstruction. We'll get the tracker back, and what else could we want here? Let's actually get the whip cracker back, and we can destroy their 4/4. And let's go. I think we can actually go Inspector here. Collect some evidence. Trigger, trigger. Gain some life, get a counter. Let's put that on the Inspector. And we'll say go. We've got Assassin's Trophy. We can sack a clue, draw a card. Yep, GG's. Value Town, baby. That was a great game. That was exactly how that deck is supposed to perform. Looks good. We can Panther, turn 2. We can disguise Nervous Gardener, turn 3. Or we can actually disguise out our Creeper, since we don't need to get our blue. So we'll go cycle here for our island. We'll go island into Creeper. Sure. Go Eavesdropper. Nice. I think we go clue, big, swing. And then we can disguise out our gardener. I suppose we could have just played the Cadaver, blocked with it, sack the clue next turn, get it back, but okay. So opponent is missing land drops, which is good for us. I think we can go ahead and bite down. Let's do it on our gardener so it has ward, in case they want to respond. We'll keep mana up for our Assassin's Trophy. Okay, awesome. And it was a Shady Informant. Cool. So they couldn't have even flipped it. We'll swing in. they will murder the Loxodon. Okay, so we'll get in for 4. Say go. So if opponent doesn't draw land here, or play land, okay, sure, we will flip, go get another land. Yeah, opponent missing land drops, so we will for sure take advantage. And then let's go counter. On the flyer. Okay. Opponent playing a brew. I'm just going to trophy it. We'll give our opponent a land here, which may not be a good thing in case they're playing Niv Mizzet. Okay, they don't draw blue or green, so nice. Wow, okay. Looks like opponent is mulling. Yep, so they'll go down to 6. Gorehound. Let's just go ahead and get Roots out. We can disguise Stalker next turn. We've got Extractor Confession. So we'll likely want to disguise Stalker, trade it off, and then on a subsequent turn we can extract a Confession on a bigger creature. Opponent's got some sort of action. Okay. No land. We could go ahead and cycle the Panther this turn and then extract a Confession. Alternatively, we could bite down on Crime. So let's cycle the Panther, get another Forest, play the Forest. Yeah, let's go here. Let's bite down. Get a Roots trigger. Swing in for 4. Get their lifelinker off the board. Okay. Five mana. They have a toxin analysis here. I think we can go ahead and turn face up. I think we could use a 6th mana, a 6th land. Let's go ahead and take that, because then we can go chalk outline next turn, and we can go either one of our 2 mana spells. If they don't sack their clue and they use up their mana, we can, yeah, that's great. We can just knock the clue there. So let's go chalk outline, whip cracker, destroy the clue, swing in for 3, gain a life, surveil 1. And yes, I think we will want to keep that on top. Sure. Okay. No blocks. Play out our eavesdropper. Okay, so it can't block. And then when they draw, they lose a life. Yeah. Let's go there. Okay. Okay. Let's go ahead and play our land to get another clue. So now we can block the alley assailant with our tireless tracker. Or not. Probably just let them swing here if they want. And then we'll hit them for lethal on the crackback. No, I guess they have vigilance. Yeah, they have vigilance. Do I want to take 8 I don't think so. I can kill the alley assailant with my tracker. And then swing back for 5 next turn. Let's just do that. So they're one away. So now they can't attack us with their servitor, because if they do, they'll draw a card and lose a life. So opponent's in a pretty bad place here. Sure. So that's game. Let's go ahead and flip. So they'll gain a life off of the Putrid Warrior, but we'll still hit him for 2. GG's. Okay. See what we draw. I think we can go ahead and disguise out. I think I'm not going to block here, even though it would be nice to have some evidence in the yard. Let's go X equals 2. We'll kill their disguised creature. And swing in for 2. Deduce. Deduce, deduce. Opponent's gonna loot. Next turn, we'll be able to flip our Basilica Stalker, start gaining some life and surveilling. They followed up with a concealed weapon. We will put that in the yard. So they're not going to equip. Reckless Detective with the concealed weapon. So they're just going to swing for 2. Okay. So now we have our evidence. Great. It's actually really good. So let's go chalk outline, and then extract a confession. Okay. I think we maybe want to go ahead and sack a clue. Doesn't help. Yeah, we'll probably just robbery on opponent's turn. Robbery for 3. See if we get anything good. Okay, so they like their hand. See who they play second main. Judith. Okay. So we will robbery for 3. Nice. Okay, we got an ill-timed explosion, so we did get a board wipe. They're gonna equip their flyer. Okay. All right, so draw 2 cards, then you may discard 2 cards. When you do, ill-timed explosion deals X damage to each creature where X is the greatest mana value among cards discarded this way. So we'll probably yeah, let's go ahead and ill-timed explosion. Let's discard a land and the 4 mana card so that we can deal 4 damage. And then let's go land, Insidious Roots, and let's go ahead and just play the Strider. Okay. So let's go ahead and draw. Let's person of interest. Land. Go to combat. Let's put a counter on the Strider. We can attack with Strider. We're okay with trading off. And then let's disguise. cool with trading the token off here. It's a bubble smuggler, okay. It's a big boy. Okay, so let's go. Man, 9. Yeah, okay, so we will save the Strider to block. No blocks, so let's flip up, destroy the concealed weapon. Get in for 7, and say go. So we will absolutely trade the Strider for the Bubble Smuggler block here, because we can then activate for 2 mana, exile it from our graveyard, exile from opponent's graveyard. Though we may want to save that ability for when the cadaver's in the graveyard. Yeah, I'm cool with a lethal swing here. Okay. Let's see what they've got. Okay. Alright, so let's go. Vitu-Ghazi Inspector, we will collect evidence. Let's go there and there. We'll get trigger, trigger. Let's put the counter on Inspector so it can block the cadaver. And say go. They could have sacked their clue and then dealt 5 to my reach creature. Okay. Okay. Let's go. Okay. How much do we have left over after that? Let's go ahead and play out Topiary Panther. Put a counter on it. Okay. So we can block the bubble smuggler with our token, the flyer with our 2/4, and the 4/4 with our 7/6. We can also, at instant speed, activate the Strider, get some more tokens, get a clue. Okay. Good draw. All right, let's go ahead and activate here. Get rid of their Judith. Okay. Get our artifact, or our clue. So I think our best bet here is to stall out until we can find some removal. Okay, that's pretty good. Just thin our deck. What do we have? An Assassin's Trophy. We have another Extracted Confession. Bite Down. So we'll chill. We're not going anywhere. Oof. Let's go ahead and turn face up, thin the deck a little bit. We only have 2 lands left, so. Nice. So we can go ahead and get rid of the Bubble Smuggler. Let's go. Gotta get 6 out, so we'll go 4 and 2. Trigger, trigger. Let's go. Draw. Okay. We just outvalued them, I guess. Works for me. Looks like a keeper. Hello. We can lead with Analyst. Get our mill on. Ooh, ooh, ooh. All right, we got a little bit of evidence in there. Okay. Let's go blue, Gardener. Imagine a world. We live in a society where we didn't mill our best cards into our graveyard and then have them exiled. Okay, let's go here. I think I'm good to go ahead and attack with Gardener. And then let's go Cracker, knock out the Clue, and Strider. We'll go land. Cool with trading Whipcracker and Gardener, and they likely have a +2/+2. Auspicious. Highly auspicious of you. Okay. We'll go I think we'll want to go let's go Crocodile, because I have a feeling they might also have a counter. No counter? I will hold the Inspector for now. Try to get the evidence collection online first. Okay. Yep, oops. So let's go. I would like to slice their 3/3 lifelinker. I think we definitely want to keep the 3/2 back as a blocker. So let's maybe go trade. If they want to trade the disguised creatures, I'm good with that. Let's just say go. Auspicious. Okay, they're gonna bounce their own creature. All right. So let's go. Crocodile. We'll go Disguise. And now that we have evidence to collect, we'll do that. Play out the Inspector. Let's get rid of, we have 6. I guess we just go 2, 4, 6. And we'll put a counter on itself, so that when they replay the Perimeter Enforcer and they play a detective after that, we can block with it a little bit better as a 2/2. Yeah, they could have held that. Okay. So I think we go both disguise creatures. And then let's go Stalker. Gain a life, surveil 1. Let's put that in the graveyard. Okay. We can take out all this. 3 for 1? Absolutely. Yeah, it was. It felt really good. Ooh, that's a good one too. We don't have enough mana for it. I guess let's just disguise out and say go. Let's just go chalk outline, pass. Always want to be mindful of board wipes, even in decks that don't seem like they would be likely to play them. So I want to keep the tracker back for just a sec. Okay, so opponent could have a Granite Witness as the disguised creature. Let's go ahead and, yeah. Cool. Swing with our 5/5. Kill the Granite Witness. Then let's go good tracker. We'll say go. Good game. Okay, looks like a keeper to me. We'll go Panther turn 2, Gardener 3. Could have even played Gardener out. No, I guess we couldn't. That would have messed things up a little bit. Yep, so we'll go Panther now. Get our blue source. This guy's out the Gardener. Can flip it a little bit later for another black source. See if they want to trade. They do not. So we got the combo. We just need something that cares about collecting evidence. Let's go ahead and get our value here. Get another black source. See if the Auspicious Arrival. I don't like that. I could kill my own creature. But I don't think that's what I want to do right now. I'd rather save removal for theirs. I'm gonna go ahead and pop this off. Okay. And we'll say go. If one of these is a dog walker, probably not going to block either one and let them flip. And if they flip, to get the extra point of damage, we can just slice it. Perfect. Let's see if the Auspicious Arrival. Felonious Rage. Felonious Rage. Okay. Still good for us. They replace it, but... Alright, so let's go... If opponent wants to double block here, totally fine with that. They do not. So let's go Disguise, and we'll hold up Assassin's Trophy. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and turn face up before I attack. Creeper. What do we have in the yard? We have a Panther in the yard already, and a Gardener. I'm gonna keep it. I think it's fine. It's not a piece to collect evidence, like Inspector or Extract. A Confession would maybe be a little bit better, but it's fine. So they still get a land, but they do not get a clue off of this. Don't need another land. Let's go Disguise. And we need one more to flip. Let's go. Okay. Let's go combat. I mean, at this point, like, I would prefer removal. It would be nice to assemble our full combo, but... let's keep it. We can keep it. That's fine. Six to flip? Yeah, 6 to flip. Okay. So we'll go to blockers, and we will flip up and gotcha the Hazda Vigilante. See if they have a trick. Okay. So we'll get in for 6. Don't need a land. We can think we'll keep Roots in hand, just to be a little tricksy. So we're gonna want to, so we need to consider on the job here. So we can trump there. So +2/+1 across the board is going to be 5, 11, 16. So I mean, if they have on the job, we're dead. Shouldn't get like that. GG's. Opponent not having on the job there is like the best thing that could have happened for us. We would have been super dead. I probably should have kept the stalker back to block, but that worked out. That worked out. All right, so we just need one more win, and we get a trophy. Sauron. All right, one win here, and we trophy. So we've got the pieces parts. I'm gonna keep. We'll see what opponent's playing. Whipcracker. It's probably doing a little mirror matchup here. I don't know if we're gonna have the time to do a lot of setup, so I think we just kind of mirror their play. Okay. Let's maybe go Crocodile. We'll get some more evidence in the yard. Trade off with the Whipcracker. Let's maybe go Roots Analyst. Okay, no removal. We get one land in there? Yeah, one land. Okay, so opponent sacks a clue, makes their eavesdropper a 4/4 with vigilance. Probably gonna say no blocks here. See how they follow up. Okay. So let's go. Cycle, get our blue source. What do we want to get back here? Stalker and Whipcracker. So we can Panther next turn with our token, our creature token. I think we can take 3 here. Okay. We could also... We could also outline Disguise Stalker. But... yeah, let's just go Panther. Opponent still needs 1 more land to solve their case. Okay. So I think I'll chump with the token now. Let's maybe go Disguise. Chalk Outline. And we can chump with our Analyst. I'm actually fine with taking another 3 here. I think we get on to 7. I'm good with that. So let's go 7. It's 5 to flip. I think it's a little greedy to then bite down here, so let's just go to combat first. We'll gain a life. We'll surveil 1 if we deal combat damage. Okay. We do not need another land. Let's go Whipcracker. So they can play off the top. You may look at the top card of your library anytime, and you may play lands and cast creature and enchantment spells from the top. Okay. Let's go... let's collect that evidence. Go here. Here. Combo. Trigger. So opponent doesn't have any interaction, which feels good. Seems as though we are good to swing. Okay, no blocks from my opponent. They take a big hit. Gain a life, surveil 1. Still don't need land. And we'll say go. We can sack our Analyst and get those lands back. Awesome. Awesome. That's it. All right. To wrap it up, super, super fun deck. Really enjoyed that. Really great build of this particular deck. We had both enchantments. We had the Chalk Outline and the Insidious Roots. We had the Cadaver Chalk Outline combo, but we didn't pull it off at all. Sacking clues, getting it back from the graveyard, and making 2/2 detectives, and just going off. But yeah, overall the deck performed really well. Had really great removal, really efficient removal. We had one copy of Assassin's Trophy. We had two Extracted Confessions, Slice from the Shadows, as well as a Bite Down on Crime. Two Topiary Panthers and two Nervous Gardeners for fixing to get our blue source for the Cadaver. Also had a Gravestone Strider for fixing. But yeah, just all around a bunch of value, just buku value. Tireless Tracker was a really great pickup for the special guest. Don't see that in a draft very often, so definitely wanted to scoop that up. Made a bunch of clues, Locks It on Eavesdropper made a bunch of clues. Collecting evidence just about anywhere we could. It was really great to cycle away the Panther, turn 2, go grab a land, have it in the graveyard to collect evidence later. Had Undercover Crocodile, Basilica Stalker, Vengeful Creeper as expensive creatures that we could disguise and trade off if we needed to. I think only cast the Outrageous Robbery once, maybe twice, but when we did, it was super awesome. Was able to rip the blue-red board wipe from opponent and use it against them to kill their Judith and just clean up the board when we were a little bit behind, so that worked out really well. So yeah, super fun deck. If you can stop the aggro decks, if you can stop the aggressive decks from pushing, and you can just stabilize, you're going to be in a good spot because you're just going to outvalue the hell out of them. So yeah, had a bunch of fun. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Be sure to like the video if you did like the video, and subscribe please to the channel, and we'd appreciate it. Thanks. We'll catch you again next time.